Hello students, welcome to AJ Akshar Academy YouTube channel. In this session, I am going to discuss laws of motion. In this, motion of cart pulled by a horse. If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel. Please share your valuable comments in the comment section. Okay, let us go to the today's session. Motion of cart pulled by a horse. Let us discuss. When a horse pulls a cart, which force helps the horse move forward? See in this picture, horse pulling a cart. What type of force helps the horse to move forward? See this, the horse pulls the cart by pushing the ground backward with the feet with a force F, making an angle theta with the horizontal. See here, making an angle theta. Here the force, the horse feet with a force F, making an angle theta. The ground in turn exert a force R on the horse is equivalent opposite to F. So the reaction R can be resolved into two rectangular components, that is R cos theta and R sin theta. See here, this the force R on the force is equivalent opposite to F. The reaction R can be, this is the reaction R can be resolved into two rectangular components. One is R cos theta, the other is R sin theta, horizontal and vertical components. The component R cos theta is equals to T tends to move the cart to the right. See here, moving to the right. Whether the cart moves or not depends upon the relative magnitude of R cos theta and frictional force F between the cart wheel and the ground. Here this is the frictional force. So here whether the cart moves or not depends upon the relative magnitudes of R cos theta and frictional force F between the cart wheel and the ground. Here this is the frictional force between the wheels and the ground. If R cos theta is greater than F, the cart will move forward, that is to the right. See here it is moving towards the right. Note that W1 nothing but weight of the cart is balanced by the reaction R1 of the ground on the cart. See here, this is balanced. So weight of the cart is balanced by the reaction R1 of the ground on the cart. Now similarly, weight 2 of the horse is balanced by R2 plus R sin theta, where R2 is the reaction of the ground on the horse. Here it is balancing. Now let us discuss MCQs. When a horse pulls a cart, which force helps the horse to move forward? The reaction force exerted by the ground on the horse and the action force exerted by the horse on the ground. The resultant force on the ground, last one is none of these. Here when a horse pulls a cart, which force helps the horse to move forward? So the reaction force exerted by the ground on the horse. See here, weight W2 of the horse is balanced by R2 plus R sin theta, where R2 is the reaction of the ground on the horse. So the reaction force exerted by the ground on the horse. Okay. Next, now discuss applications of Newton's laws. Applications of Newton's laws of motion. To apply Newton's law to the particle or a body or a system, we have to follow certain steps. Let us discuss. to decide the system on which the laws of motion are to be applied. First, we have to decide the system. The system may be a single particle, a block, a combination of two or more blocks kept one over the other, two or more blocks connected by the strings, and a piece of strings. While selecting a system, we have to see all its parts should have same acceleration. While selecting the system, we have to see all its parts should have same acceleration. To identify the forces the acting on the system due to all the objects other than the system. So we have to identify the forces acting on system due to all the objects other than the system. So the list of forces depends on the physical quantity to be determined. Internal forces of the system are not to be taken in the list of forces. Draw a free body diagram representing the system by a point in a separate diagram. Different forces acting on system are represented by vectors with the point as the common origin. Choose the axis and write the equations of motion. Now let us discuss MCQs. What is the common factor in which I describe a system's condition where Newton's laws are applicable? First one, acceleration, velocity, displacement, speed. Here, what is the common factor which to describe a system's condition where Newton's laws of applicable? Acceleration. Next one. Which of these steps are correct in applying Newton's law to a particle or a body or a system? Decide a system on which these laws are applied. Identify the forces acting on a particle or body or a system. Choose the axis and write the equations of motion. All the above. See which of the steps are correct in applying Newton's laws to a particle or a body or a system. All the above. Okay. Now I'll discuss inertial and non-inertial frames. Inertial frames of reference. Frames of reference in which Newton's laws of motion are applicable and if they move with a uniform velocity relative to each other, which obeys Newton's laws of motion are called inertial frames of reference. Which do not obey Newton's laws of motion are known as non-inertial frames of reference. Here, frames of reference in which Newton's laws of motion are applicable and if they move with the uniform velocity relative to each other. Now let us discuss with example. Normal force, tension, weight, spring force, muscular force, etc. Basic laws of physics are identical in all inertial frames of reference. Inertial frames of reference are called Newtonian or Galilean frames of reference. So, inertial frames of reference are called Newtonian or Galilean frames of reference. Now, non-inertial frames. Frames of reference in which Newton's laws are not applicable, such frames accelerate relative to inertial frames. Example, accelerating car, car going around a curve, merry-go-round, artificial satellite. Accelerating elevator. All these are the examples for non-inertial frames. The frames which Newton's laws are not applicable, those are known as non-inertial frames of reference. All rotating frames of reference are non-inertial. The earth is a non-inertial frame. However, in many applications, the earth can be approximated as inertial frame because acceleration of the earth due to its rotation and revolution is negligible. Now let us discuss MCQs. Frames of reference in which Newton's laws of motion are applied are called as inertial frames of reference, non-inertial frames of reference, Galilean frames of reference, both A and C. frames of reference in which Newton's laws of motion are applied are called as inertial frames of reference and Galilean frames of reference. So, the answer is both A and C. Here, inertial frames of reference are called as Newtonian or Galilean frames of reference. Second one, which is an example for a non-inertial frame of reference? Normal force, tension, artificial satellite, muscular force. Artificial satellite is an example for non-inertial frame of reference. Here in this examples of non-inertial frames of reference, here artificial satellite is the example for non-inertial frames of reference. Okay. Now I will discuss pseudo force and its applications. Here it is observed that when we are traveling in a car, if the car hits a wall, then we feel a push in forward direction. See the picture? Here a boy is traveling a car. If the car hits a wall, then we feel a push in forward direction. Hence, we cannot explain this phenomena using Newton's laws of motion, because according to Newton's law, only external force can change the motion of a body. So, this force cannot be attributed to any external source. However, the push that we experience when the car stops suddenly is due to our own inertia. So, in order to apply Newton's laws to explain the situation, we need to introduce a term called external force in the equation of motion. So, that is pseudo force. So, this added term which does not have the real origin is called pseudo force. The force acting on an object related to an observer in a non-inertial frame without any interaction with any other object of the universe is called pseudo force. So, now I will discuss applications of pseudo force. A block kept on a smooth inclined plane can be kept stationary relative to incline by giving a horizontal acceleration of g tan theta as shown in the figure. Observe the figure. Here we are placing a block on a smooth inclined plane, which makes here angle theta. This is a wedge and it is a block of mass m, and this is gravitational force, that is weight mg, and it is normal reaction and it is making an angle theta resolved into two components. One is mg sin theta, the other is mg cos theta. This is pseudo force. It is also resolved into two components, ma cos theta and ma sin theta. Here mg sin theta and mg cos theta. Here ma cos theta is equals to mg sin theta. So, a is equals to g tan theta, that is acceleration. A is equals to g tan theta. So, applied force F is equals to m plus m of A, that is m plus m of g tan theta, where m is the mass of wedge. This is the mass of the wedge. Now, a pendulum is suspended from the roof of a moving car. Here, observe this picture. If the car is moving with uniform velocity, the position of the bob does not change. If the car moves with acceleration or retardation, the bob moves in opposite direction to that of acceleration. See here, opposite that of, if the car moves with acceleration or retardation, The bob moves in opposite direction to that of acceleration. The forces acting on the bob are weight mg, tension in the string T, and the pseudo force Ma. See here, the forces acting on the bob are weight mg, tension in the string T, and pseudo force Ma. T resolved into two components, one is T sin theta, that is T cos theta. For the equilibrium of the bob, T sin theta is equals to Ma and T cos theta is equals to Mg. So that implies we can write as tan theta is equals to A by G. So theta is equals to tan inverse of A by G. Or A is equals to G tan theta and T is equals to M into root of A square plus G square. So in the above case, if the car is moving along a horizontal circular track, pseudo force is mr omega square. So then tan theta is equals to Ma by Mg, that is equals to mr omega square by Mg. M gets cancels. R omega square is equals to G tan theta. So here mr omega square is the centrifugal force. An object of mass m is kept on a wedge of mass m. The wedge is moved with an acceleration a such that the object moves down like a freely falling body. So see here, observe the figure. Here we are taking an object of mass m is kept on a wedge of mass m. This is a wedge and the wedge is moved with an acceleration a such that the object moves down like a freely falling body. Here A is equals to G cot. A trolley is moving on a horizontal road with a uniform acceleration A. The pseudo forces acting on the two blocks kept at different position are as shown. See here, a trolley is moving on a horizontal road with a uniform acceleration A. Here the pseudo forces acting, that is M1A and M2A, are pseudo forces acting on the two blocks kept at different positions. These are the pseudo forces. One is M1A, the other is M2A. Now I'll discuss MCQs. A ball is suspended by a thread from the ceiling fan of a tram car. Brakes are applied and the speed of the car changes uniformly from 36 km/h to 0 in 5 seconds. The angle by which the ball deviates from the vertical is, here acceleration to gravity, the given g is equals to 10 meter per second square. Now let us discuss the solution. Here options are tan inverse 1 by 3, tan inverse 1 by 5 and tan inverse 1 by 5, cot inverse 1 by 3. Let us discuss the solution. Here change in speed of a car, that is equals to the given as 36 km/h to 0. So time they given as 5 seconds, g they given as 10 meter per second square. Acceleration A is equals to V minus U by T. Substituting values 36 km/h converting into meter per second, that is 10 meter per second by 5. So 10 minus here 10 by 5. 5 ones are 5 twos are. Tan theta is equals to A by G. A 2 meter per second square, that is acceleration, and G 10. 2 ones 2 fives. So 1 by 5. So tan theta is equals to 1 by 5. Theta is equals to tan inverse of 1 by 5. This is the angle by which the ball deviates from the vertical. Here we converted V minus U, that is into meters per second, 36 km/h, or we can write 36 into 5 by 18. 18 ones are 18 twos are 10 meter per second. Here also 0 0 gets cancels. 36 1 ja 36 10 ja 10 meter per second. Okay. Thanks for watching this video.